This is the Sakar Murli of the 4th of January 2025. Essence: sweet children, when you become bodiless and remember the Father, this world is dead for you. You forget your bodies and the world for that time. Question: why has each of you children been given a third eye of knowledge by the Father? Answer: each of you has been given a third eye of knowledge so that you can consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father as He is and in the form that He is. However, your third eyes will only work when you keep your intellects accurately absorbed in yoga. This means that when you have true love for the one Father, you are not trapped in anyone's name or form. Maya creates obstacles in you children for having love for Baba, and it is in this that you are then deceived. Song: to live in your lane and to die in your lane. Om Shanti. No one but you Brahmin children understands the meaning of this song. Those who create Vedas and scriptures, etc., are unable to understand the meaning of anything they study. This is why the Father says, I explain the essence of all the Vedas and scriptures through the mouth of Brahma. People are unable to understand the meaning behind these songs too. Only the Father explains the true meaning to you. When a soul leaves his body, all his present relationships with the world are totally broken. The song says, consider yourself to be a soul, become bodiless and remember the Father. Therefore, this world is dead to you. This body is standing on this earth. When a soul leaves his body, the human world doesn't exist for that soul at that time. The soul becomes naked. Then, when he enters another body, he begins to play that part, after which he leaves that body and enters another one. He doesn't return to the great element of light. He flies into another body. He has to play his part under the element of this sky. He is not able to return to the supreme region. When a soul leaves his body, he no longer has any karmic bondage with the body he has left, nor is there a karmic bondage with the body he has to enter, because the soul is separate from the body. When he takes his next body, his karmic bondages begin again. No human beings except you know these things. The Father has explained that they are all absolutely senseless. However, they don't think that they are. They consider themselves to be very wise and keep giving one another peace prizes. You jewels of the Brahmin clan are able to explain this very clearly. They don't know what peace means. Some go to those who are called great souls and ask how they can attain peace of mind. They ask them how there can be peace in the world. They don't ask how there can be peace in the incorporeal world. That is the land of peace anyway. You souls reside in your land of peace. Those people ask for peace of mind, but they don't understand how peace can be attained. The land of peace is your home. How can there be peace here? Yes, there is peace, happiness and prosperity in the Golden Age. There is everything, and it is established by the Father. Here, there is so much peacelessness. Only now do you children understand all of this. Peace, happiness and prosperity only existed in Bharat. That inheritance had been given by the Father, and Ravan then gave you this inheritance of unhappiness, peacelessness and poverty. The unlimited Father sits here and explains all of these things to you children. The Father is the one who resides in the supreme abode. He is knowledgeful. He gives us our inheritance of the land of happiness. He is explaining to us souls. You understand that it is souls who have knowledge. He is called the ocean of knowledge. That ocean of knowledge is teaching you the history and geography of the world through this body. The world has to have a fixed duration of time. The world always exists anyway. It is just called the new world and the old world. Human beings don't even know how long it takes for that new world to change and become old. You children understand that the Golden Age definitely has to come after the Iron Age, and that the Father, therefore, has to come at the confluence of the Iron Age and the Golden Age. You also understand that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, establishes the new world through Brahma, and that he will then inspire destruction through Shankar. The picture of the Trimurti explains that creation, destruction and sustenance take place through those three. This is a common matter, and yet you children forget these things. Otherwise you would experience a great deal of happiness. You should have constant remembrance. Baba is now making us worthy of going to that new world. Only the people of Bharat, no one else, become worthy of that. Yes, those who have been converted to other religions will also come. They will once again be converted back to this religion, just as you had been converted into other religions previously. You have all of this knowledge in your intellects. Therefore, you have to explain to human beings that this old world is now about to change. The Mahabharat war definitely has to take place. Baba comes at this time to teach you Raj Yoga. Those who study Raj Yoga now will go to the new world. You can explain to everyone that God is the highest on high, and that there are then Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. Then down here on this human plane, Jagadamba and Jagapita are the principal ones. The Father comes here and enters this Brahma's body. Prajapita Brahma exists here. Establishment has to take place through Brahma here. It doesn't take place in the subtle region. It takes place here. This one becomes subtle from gross, that is corporeal. They study Raj Yoga and thereby become the dual form of Vishnu. You have to understand the history and geography of the world. Only you human beings can understand this. Only the Master of the world can explain the history and geography of the world. That one who is knowledgeful is beyond birth and rebirth. This knowledge is not in the intellect of anyone else. Your intellects must imbibe the power to discern. You have to feel their pulses as to whether anything remains in their intellects or not. There was a very famous herbalist called Ajmal Khan. It is said that he was able to diagnose the sickness of anyone by simply looking at the person. You children have to understand whether someone is worthy or not. The Father has given each of you children a third eye of knowledge, through which you consider yourselves to be souls, and remember the Father as he is, and in the form he is. However, only those who have kept their intellects accurately absorbed in yoga are able to do this. The more love your intellects have for the Father, the more you are able to understand this. Not all of you are like this. Some of you become trapped in the names and forms of one another. The Father says your love must be for me alone. Maya is such that she stops you from having that love. When Maya sees that her customers are leaving her, she grabs hold of them by their nose or ears. Then, when that soul has been deceived, he realizes how he was deceived by Maya. He would be unable to conquer Maya or the world. He would be unable to claim a high status. It is this that takes effort. Srimat says, remember me alone, so that your impure intellect becomes pure. However, some of you find this very difficult to do. Here there is only one subject, alpha and beta, that's all. Aren't you even able to remember just 2 words? Baba says, remember alpha. But you children still remember your own bodies and the bodies of others. Baba says, while seeing a body you must remember me. Each of you souls has now received a third eye in order to be able to see me and understand me. Make use of this. Use your third eye. You are also those who become able to see the 3 aspects of time. But all of you are number-wise in being able to see the 3 aspects of time. It is not difficult to imbibe this knowledge. Some understand this knowledge clearly, but they lack the power of yoga. They lack soul consciousness. They become angry and keep falling down over trivial matters. They get up and then fall down again. Today they stand up. Tomorrow they fall down again. Body consciousness is the main thing, but they also then become trapped in the other vices, greed, attachment, etc. They also have attachment to their own bodies. You mothers have a great deal of attachment. The Father is now liberating you from that. You have now found the unlimited Father, and so why do you still have attachment? At that time your faces, your manner of speaking, and everything else about you become like those of a monkey. The Father says, conquer attachment. Constantly remember me. There is a huge burden of sins on your head. How are you going to remove that? However, Maya is such that she even stops you from having remembrance. No matter how much you beat your head, she repeatedly makes your intellect slip away. You try so hard, and you continue to sing praise of the most beloved Baba. Baba, we are about to come to you. However, as you move along, you forget this, and your intellects go in other directions. This one, who claims the first number, is an effort maker too. You children should keep it in your intellects that you are students of God the Father. It is written in the Gita. God speaks, I make you the King of Kings. It is just that Shiva's name was replaced by Sri Krishna's name. In fact, Shivbaba's birthday should be celebrated throughout the whole world. Shivbaba becomes everyone's guide and liberates them from sorrow. Everyone accepts that God is the liberator and the guide, that he is the Father, the purifier of all. He is the one who takes everyone to the land of peace and the land of happiness. So why is his birthday not celebrated? The people of Bharat do not celebrate it. This is why Bharat has reached such a bad state. Everyone is going to die in very unpleasant circumstances. Such bombs are being manufactured with a type of gas that will kill everyone the instant they explode. It will be as though they are given chloroform. They have to make those things. It's impossible for them to stop. That which happened in the previous cycle is now about to repeat. The old world was destroyed by those missiles and also by natural calamities, and the same will happen now too. According to the drama plan, when it's time for destruction, it will definitely happen. According to the drama, destruction will definitely take place. Rivers of blood will flow here. At the time of a civil war, people kill each other. Only a few of you understand that this world has to change. You are going to a land of happiness, and so you should constantly have super-sensuous joy of this knowledge. The more you stay in remembrance, the more your happiness will increase, and you will conquer your attachment to those dirty bodies. The Father simply says, remember Alpha, and the kingdom is yours. You claim your kingdom in a second. When an emperor has a son, his son then becomes the emperor. Therefore the Father says, continue to remember me and the cycle, and you will become the rulers of the globe. It has been remembered that liberation in life can be claimed in a second. You can change from a beggar to a prince in a second. This is a very good thing. Therefore you should follow Srimat accurately. Take advice at every step. The Father explains, my sweet children, become trustees so that your attachment can be removed. However, to become a trustee is not like going to your auntie's home. This one himself became a trustee, and he makes you children into trustees too. Does this one take anything for himself? He says, become trustees and look after everything. By your becoming a trustee, all your attachment to everything is removed. Since you say that everything has been given to you by God, why do you become ill when there is some loss or when someone dies? When you receive something, you become happy. Since you say that everything has been given to you by God, why do you cry when someone dies? However, Maya is no less. This is not like going to your auntie's home. The father says, "You called out to me. I no longer want to live in this impure world. Take me to a pure world. Take me back with you." However, none of you understood the meaning of this. When the purifier comes, your bodies, of course, definitely have to die. Only then can he take you souls back with him. Therefore, your intellects should have so much love for such a father. Have love for just the one. He is the only one you should remember. Storms of Maya will come to you, but you mustn't perform any sinful deed with your physical organs. That is against the law. The Father says, "When I come, I take the support of this one's body. This body belongs to this one, but it is the Father you have to remember. You know that Brahma is Baba and that Shiva is also Baba. Vishnu and Shankar are not called Baba. Shiva is the incorporeal father, and Prajapita Brahma is the corporeal father. You are now claiming your inheritance from the incorporeal father through this corporeal one. That Dada, grandfather, enters this one. Therefore you claim your inheritance from the grandfather through this father. Dada, the grandfather, is incorporeal, and this father is corporeal. This is a wonderful new aspect. They show the Trimurti, but they don't understand anything. They have removed Shiva and made him disappear. The Father explains such beautiful aspects, and so you should have such happiness that you are his students. Baba is your father, teacher and Satguru. You are now listening to the unlimited Father telling you the history and geography of the world. You then have to tell others about this cycle of 5,000 years. The history and the geography of the world must also be explained to college students. What is the ladder of 84 births? You have to explain the ladder of 84 births to people, and how Bharat ascends and how Bharat descends. Bharat becomes heaven in a second, and then over the course of your 84 births, Bharat becomes hell. These are very easy matters to understand. How did Bharat become the Iron Age from the Golden Age? This is what you have to explain to the people of Bharat. You must also explain to teachers. They have worldly knowledge, whereas this is spiritual knowledge. Human beings give that knowledge. God the Father gives this knowledge. He is the seed of the human world tree, so the knowledge he has would be that of this human world. Acha. To you, sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, BapDada. The Spiritual Father says Namaste to you, spiritual children, and you, spiritual children, say Namaste to the Spiritual Father. Essence for Dharna 1. Completely conquer your attachment to dirty bodies and remain in the supersensuous joy of this knowledge. Your intellect must remember that this world is being transformed and that you are about to go to your land of happiness. 2. Become a trustee and look after everything. Put an end to all attachment and have true love for the One Father. Do not perform any sinful acts with your physical organs. Blessing. May you uplift others and create your most elevated portrait like Father Brahma. Each of you children has created a portrait of your destiny with your elevated awareness and elevated karma. Just the last touching for completion and for becoming the most elevated like Father Brahma now remains. For this, be one who uplifts others, that is, remains constantly free from any selfish motives. In every situation, in every task, in every cooperative gathering, to the extent that you remain altruistic, you will accordingly be able to uplift others. You will then constantly experience yourself to be full. You will remain constantly stable in the stage of an embodiment of attainment. You will not then take anything for yourself. Slogan. By becoming a complete renunciate, you will develop the virtues of easiness and tolerance. With your powerful mind, do the service of giving sakash. You can constantly do the service of giving sakash. There is no question of health or time in it. You can be engaged in doing this unlimited service day and night. You saw Father Brahma. Even during the night, he would be awake and doing the service of giving unlimited sakash. Follow the Father in this way. When you children give sakash to the unlimited, that is to everyone, those who are close will automatically continue to take that sakash. By your giving this unlimited sakash, the atmosphere will automatically be created. Om Shanti.